All right, let's do it, chat. We are checking out Need for Speed Heat on the PS4 Pro. Keep in mind, this was a review copy provided by EA, the publisher. I know we're a bit late. Like, when did this come out? November, chat. Yeah, a little bit busy with a Nintendo console. Just a little bit. First thing I have to do, I have to quickly rush into settings because this keeps turning on the music even though I disable it. I don't want to get my stream and audio and everything muted. We covered Supercross the other
Press the
day.
triangle button for accessibility options.
Okay, I will.
Chat is
Just make.
enabled when you are in a party. Press the right stick to form a party.
Hold on. All right. Okay, we're good. Yeah. So we played Supercross 3 the other day, and I was like, oh, I feel like playing a racing game. So I was like, oh, we haven't covered Need for Speed Heat yet. And in that video, I was like, I cover every racing game every year, everything other than Heat. And I was like, okay, we've got to correct that. Let's actually just play Need for Speed Heat. So this is gonna be a little bit different than our traditional. We're gonna call them traditional at this point. Chat, been doing them for a few years. Our like first look where we 100% play it together. I have played a couple hours of this off stream because I kind of know the formula of these games and they start very slow. So like I want to get as much information as across in like an hour and a half as we can. So what you missed out in the beginning is literally there's like a cutscene, there's like a single race, there's a corrupt cop, and then I meet some guy, he says pick a car and I do one mission. Is like that seems like a lot, but for these type of games now, for this type of games we've had the last couple of years, it's like boilerplate the same, like the Crew 2, and like Need for Speed games, and they always follow that style, right? So you ain't really missing out on much. So in the beginning,
It's still in one piece.
okay. In the beginning, I get to pick my like avatar. I picked that female avatar. And you get to pick a selection of 4 or 5 cars. I picked the BMW. There was like a American muscle car. There was a Nissan Silvia. Obviously, there was a Beamer. And there was something else. So yeah, you haven't missed much since then. And then I played a couple of hours just to get a feel for the game. And then I didn't do any more story missions. I just did some side missions. And I was like, we'll cover all of that on the stream. So yeah, after like this is your main garage. You can like obviously upgrade your cars with the money you get. You can customize your avatar. Hold on, let's go. You can change the character you want to pick. This is the character selection it gave me at the beginning of the game. I just went with her because I like the look of her. Sorry, that's how I judged it on. Once you got your avatar, you can customize their clothes and stuff. The more money you get, you can pay for better clothes. Same kind of thing we've seen in like the Forza games. One thing that you're gonna see as we cover this game is it cribs off of a lot of other games that we've like racing games that have come out over the last couple of years. All of them seem to borrow stuff from each other. So the big thing that this is doing different is, I don't know, I think games have done this before as well. You got like a night and day thing. So after you leave your garage, you got a night and day option, and certain races are only available to you in the day. Certain available races are only available to you in the night. In the night, you gain more rep, and like if you do more races and you lose the cops, you gain more rep and money and heat, and so that's why it's kind of the game is kind of telling you it's like better to race in the night.
I hear you've been tricking out your wheels. That tells me you're serious about this.
Wouldn't be here if I wasn't.
You know, if you want to get in the league, you're not getting there alone.
From what I hear, neither are you.
That's what I wanted to talk about. I'm thinking we can help each other. Form a crew? Unless you got any better offers on the table.
Plenty, actually.
Bullshit. Come on. What do you say?
I say you're on.
Alright.
Thanks for saying bullshit. Now the YouTube
We're
video is
gonna
not
put
gonna
the
get
lights to the heat.
recommended.
We gotta get ourselves a race against another crew. Remember Kenny?
That redneck from my first night here?
His crew, the Speed Boys, are ripe for taking
Beat
down.
boys chat.
I'll pull whatever strings I can, but you gotta make yourself worth racing. Earn an invitation. Then we can make our mark.
Hold on. I just. So yeah, this wasn't the color the car came in. Like it's got, you can make your own vinyls and stuff. And there's like a community vinyl section. So I just, ooh, nice car. You're on stream. Okay. Race? Chat, see, I'm like,
How do you? Maybe I am.
You sound way
Like-
too chill.
he's like been playing it for like a billion hours, chat. I'm just like day one.
Get out there. Always be racing.
How
Okay.
are you and Lucas even related?
I know, right? I got Bobby's gift for speed. Luca got the soccer wrenches.
If she stops talking, then maybe I can talk over it.
Yeah, he can do it in his sleep. Which is good because it's so boring. Don't let him slow you down now.
I won't.
Good.
I pause and stuff.
Now race. Go.
Okay. So if we go to the map here, like if you press L2 R2, this is what I was talking about, like with day night cycle. There's certain events that are only available in day. There's certain events that are only available at night. Certain events you can go to and you can fast travel. Unlike in Forza, seems like they don't charge you for fast travel. I should also point out that I've turned off the music because I don't want to get my stream, audio, YouTube, whatever, copyrighted, muted. But I will quickly comment on the game's music. It's pretty good. I like it. Especially after we was playing Supercross the other day and I was like, the music's okay, but I don't think it fits the game. One thing, I think EA, I don't know their music department, no matter what game it is, they are always on point with the music. So the music is good. I'm not saying it's crazy, very good. It just super fits the game. But there isn't like an EA track section in the option and all that like you usually get. But I think even though the music's good, I don't think there's like a crazy big selection of it. If there is a crazy big selection of it, they usually have like an EA tracks section. And the only reason I'm thinking they wouldn't do that is because there's not a lot of it. But it definitely fits the game. It's got like a hip-hop, urban, like Latino kind of style as well. And it's got a real like carnival atmosphere style. So the main premises of the game, of what I've played so far, is literally go around, do races, earn money, upgrade your car. In between is locked like story missions. Story mission wise, I've done about 2 or 3, so you haven't really missed anything major. But this is gonna be like our 2nd or 3rd big story chapter, so we get to check this out. Also, it gives you like a recommendation of your, like, upgrade your car with parts, and it gives you a number value, right? And then that will upgrade. Gameplay wise, I should quickly just, one thing that this game is doing very interesting gameplay wise, it's got like live, like the Gran Turismo games used to do a couple of years ago. It's got like a live tuning of how you want the game to, like, the car to play and feel. You can have traction on and off, like if you want the car to oversteer, and like steering sensitivity and downforce. The thing that is very unique here is this option here, drift style. So the way that the game is set default, it's if you release the accelerator and then press it again. Actually, first of all, can you tell me how's the audio? Is it too loud when I'm drifting? I don't want it to drown me out. Yeah, if you release the accelerator and press it again, like, and turn, you can trigger a drift, which is interesting because most Need for Speed or arcadey racer type games is you press brake to initiate the drift. But you do have an option here on drift style where you can change it to brake. So I'm driving and then I press the brake to initiate the drift, like traditional style. So, but default is on gas. I tried it both ways. The reason, even though it's kind of hard to get used to with gas, not hard, but it takes a bit of, it's not what you're used to with racing games. Even though braking would be like normal, gas I think is faster. Yeah, so that's why I've stuck with gas. So there is an option when we were in the menu in the beginning. You can play solo offline. You can quit back out to lobby and you can play solo offline, or you can play online. It's the same content, but you're like in a online. You're like in an online lobby kind of thing. I'm gonna compare this to games like The Crew 2. And Forza Horizon 4 and like a few of the older Need for Speed games. One thing instantly I think this game is doing well, like with The Crew 2, the world it was so big it felt empty, but because in this game they lock you in with like smaller lobbies, it feels like you always find people and stuff that is going on in the world. From what the couple hours I played off stream anyway.
Hey, Dex.
Good to see you again. I'll show you the way to the track. Follow me.
Hold on, chat. We'll read what you said. I assume the music is Need for Speed is all copyright strike bait. Yeah, because it's all licensed music. Everything in there is licensed music.
Let's go right
But
here.
I think the soundtrack is very important to the game.
Me and Lucas are the same age, though obviously the years have
But I
gone
can't
on
show
his
it because
cute
it would mute
ass.
everything. But it definitely helps the atmosphere of the game and makes it feel like everything's going like faster pace and all that.
This track where we're going, that's where we learned to race back in the day. Think it's some kind of water treatment plant. Place used to stink like a swamp, and that's what made it perfect. The air was nasty, but the roads were clear. One time, Lucas nearly drifted into
All right,
an
I'm
open
gonna
tank
talk
of
about how
sewage.
the
But don't
driving
worry,
and everything
they put a
feels
loop on that
as soon as
since.
this guy finishes his bit. Looks wise, it looks okay. I don't know if it looks as crazy good as like Forza Horizon 4 or The Crew 2.
Right up ahead.
But it's got a very like neon flashy feel where it felt like
Now I
the
run these practice
crew
sessions for out-of-towners.
the
So
Crew
y'all
2
don't
and Forza
embarrass
Horizon
yourselves in the
4
showdown.
were going for tad more detailed realism, even in their crazy worlds. Like Forza Horizon 4 had a very party atmosphere, but still. So the next big topic of discussion is like, how does the racing feel, right? As somebody who covers a lot of racing games every year.
Let's see what
Uh,
you got.
All right, we're gonna finish that in as soon as we do this race. I'm gonna tell you how the racing feels. It's definitely more arcadey, and it's not as arcadey as the Paradise games or the like the Burnout games, right? It's not like you touch another car and it goes flying. All right. But it's definitely arcadey. It's not sim-like at all. It's more arcadey than Forza Horizon 4 and The Crew 2. Oh, good at driving. All right, okay, hold on. I'm gonna go totally silent now, ladies and gents. I need to. But I've only done like one upgrade to my car, because I wanted to do this all on stream. So this is like, I know I've got a paint job on the car, but this is like bog standard. Other than I got NOS. Chat, we good for audio? The engine sound isn't too loud, is it?
Are you following me?
So my only issue with the way that this game feels so far, it is the how you initiate drift. Because it doesn't feel full Burnout level arcadey, but at the same time,
Drive with your elbows out.
like you can initiate drift at the last minute and the car instantly turns. Like, I don't think they fully committed to full Burnout style or Burnout Paradise style arcade, but yet I'm losing badly. I know, chat. I'm still trying to get used to the driving feel. Like, I still think it's better than
You're not out of it yet.
the last couple of Need for Speed games, because they never know what like style they want to go, right? If they want to go full arcadey, if they want to go full like halfway house. Right, this game definitely leans on the arcadey side, but they just didn't go all the way with it. But it definitely feels like the classic PS3, PS2 era Need for Speed games, or is going for that style. Like, soon as you initiate drift, you can turn on a dime. Like, you know, I think like this borrows like the police. I'll show you the police stuff later. It borrows the police stuff from Need for Speed Most Wanted, and it borrows a lot from the Need for Speed Underground games as well.
But you gotta try harder if you want to be a winner.
So it's like a weird mishmash between a load of different games. Like, it borrows the police stuff from Most Wanted. It feels like Need for Speed Underground, like 1 and 2 because of the night stuff. But then the way you like lose cops is weird as well. You gotta like, you don't like outrace them. You like, sometimes you got like destroy their cars. Audio is good. Yeah, audio is good. This game is more to simulation. I don't think so. I totally disagree with that. Like, remember, we play like Forza 6 and Gran Turismo Sport. It doesn't feel nothing like that. This is 100% like arcadey, but it's not super arcadey. Like, I don't understand if they. The thing with this game is that they went with the Need for Speed Underground 2 vibe.
Or come and take it.
But like, it feels like this like the overworld stuff, like the smash through like boards and that kind of. Oh my day, that was terrible. Like, I think they should have gone more arcadey with it, because the cars still feel kind of heavy, right? Like, but you can tell because of the way how the drift works, you can tell that arcadey racing is what was in their mind. I don't know why they never went full throttle with that. Because the fact that you can initiate a drift and turn on a dime at the last minute just shows you how arcadey the game is. But then they kind of made the cars like heavier, or the car I've got. I should try more cars before we even talk about that. But from this Beamer I'm driving, like, BMWs are heavy. Maybe it's just this car. I'm not saying it's bad in any way, but it's like different. And the fact that you can change in the options, like how you want to drift. Like, I do appreciate that they give you that option. Because I haven't seen like many racing games do that, right? Say, oh, our main drift mechanic, you can change how you want it to function.
Come on, keep it tight.
So this feels way more arcadey than like the Crew 2 or Forza Horizon 4. Obviously, you ain't driving off-road a lot like you do in Forza 4, but Forza you don't initiate drift like that. So the main crux of this game is
Your car as wide as you can.
initiate drift to get around corners fast. So that's why I say it's very arcadey. Like in the Crew games or the Forza games, you don't go full speed into a corner and then initiate drift to get around it. That's what makes me say the game is very like arcadey feeling. But then at the same time, the normal driving when you're not initiating drift is like way heavier. But it feels better than the last few Need for Speed games where they was trying to aim for more sim-like. All right, I should really concentrate on the race, chat. Yeah, like chat was going, Need for Speed Shift was the most realistic, 100%. Like that game was, they put the Need for Speed name on it, but it was like they was trying to go hard, like not hardcore realistic, but the most realistic has been like realistic. Like if you play like Forza Horizon 6 or GTA Sport and you turn on there's an option that you can make it more arcadey. It felt like that with those options on. So I'm glad that they've definitely gone back way toward the arcadey side. But then when you're not drifting, the cars feel like heavier. They should have done it where if they want you instant drift and can get around any corner, then make the rest of the car, like when you're not drifting, make it feel like that as well. So it feels like they didn't commit all the way, which I think they should have. And even though it borrows a lot from the Most Wanted games, and the Most Wanted games were made by the Burnout Studio devs, it hasn't got the you crash into another car and they go flying. Like cars have better like on the ground planted physics. Again, I'm not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just trying to for everybody who's watching the video, I'm just trying to explain how the game feels. Especially when you're playing a racing game, right? That's like the main thing you gotta know. You gotta know how the game feels. So I'm trying to portray that across. But especially because how the drifting works, it makes me think of the PS2 Need for Speed games, which I think is a good thing. All right, chat. I'm going total quiet now because also it might just be I have to upgrade my car because I've only put the NAS on this. I haven't got hardly no upgrades at all. But yeah, for like, I think definitely this is what they should build off of. Because I didn't like the realistic Need for Speed games. Robin's racing.
Just messing with you.
Pardon, chat. Concentration is real right now. But it does take a little bit of getting used to the fact that you let go of accelerator and press it again. Again, because we covered this so late, I have like checked out what the reviews were saying. Oh, no, roasted. Damn it. So I think from the review coverage, a lot of people didn't get to grips with how you're meant to play this game. I have a sneaky suspicious feeling. All right, chat. The only reason he got away was because I had to. I think for the second half of this video, what we'll do is we just see what the actual game is now think we've discussed enough about how this game feels. Again, the reason I say that is so important, the feel of how a car game, racing game feels is like very important. But I think they're on the right track on path with this.
Uh-huh. You got some promise. But I want to see you win this thing.
So yeah, like I was, I think a lot of people just. Oh wait, I failed it again. All right, hold on, last try. If not, I don't do it this time. Actually, you know what? I think legitimately, I might have to just go upgrade my car and get better parts. Like it tells you points. I'm just on the borderline right points. So I think if you master drifting in this game, it could be like super OP. So I actually don't think it sucks. I think the way you initiate is weird. Because if you do the braking style, then it will slow you down. The way the acceleration style works is it wants you to like drift at the last moment. All right, let's do this race here. So the game is like from what I played of it so far, the game like encourages you to do side missions and then like upgrade your car. It goes out its way, do side missions, upgrade your car, do story missions, blah blah blah. And I've only done the mandatory NAS upgrade, like what the game forces you to do. So when you, one thing I like here, like you can play online or you can play solo. Like you know, in like I felt like especially when earlier when we was playing like Forza Horizon 4 or the crew, like if you couldn't find nobody to play with, you were just like, oh, what we can do is, are we gonna play with bots? We just have to wait. But so here, what happens is, oh my days, are you serious? What the hell did I do? I get busted by. Hold on. All right, chat. We get to show off the cockpit. I didn't even do nothing. I was sitting there waiting for a race, you son of a. So the way the cop chases, depending on how many cops are chasing you, you'll see at the bottom. You'll see at the bottom, cops, how many cops are chasing you, and then like the only way to lose them is you like. It's very hard to outrace them. It seems like you actually gotta make the cops crash. And looking at like the option stuff, I think you get abilities later on. Because if we go here, if I go settings and controls, it says special. Oh no, no! Oh, I got busted because I thought it pauses the game.
Can be pretty rough. Don't take it personal.
It cost me 10 grand! And my heat multiplier. So there's definitely a abilities thing you unlock later. I thought I'd just show you what happens when you get busted. But yeah, your like respect level and everything goes up, so you kind of want to get busted.
Hey, you finding your feet out there? 1 foot at a time.
Ooh. So as we're here, like that, I was meant to do that on purpose. That was all like on purpose shot. So yeah, like I was saying, like you can pick a race. You can decide to do it with whoever's in the lobby, or you can decide to do it by yourself. But I think the way that this is implemented is better than you see in, for example, like Forza Horizon 4 or the Crew 2. It was just like, oh, you go up to a race and you wait and wait and wait and see if anybody's gonna join. But they got like the solo option right there. It's like, oh, if you can't, it will tell you, it will give you a timer if you can't find enough people to play. But it just like you could just back out and just say, oh, I'm gonna play against the bots. And it's kind of known at this point, right? If you've played any of those games and after a couple of months, like I know Forza is still active, but like the Crew is kind of like dead and it's kind of hard to find games and all that. At least you know right there, right? Because the lobbies are smaller. Like you're like, oh, forget waiting in here. I'll just play against bots. And the menus are integrated better here. So I think that's one thing that this game does better. Obviously, looking at like the map, the scope of it is obviously not as big as like the Crew 2. I want to say not as big as Forza as well, but for that reason I think it's also easier though to find people to play with online and stuff going online. Like I didn't trigger that cop event there. There was another car. It was an online player. He hit them and then I don't know, they They got triggered and freaking came after me. All right, so to do that race, we gotta upgrade our car. So gives us a good chance to. And let's have a look. Engine, chassis, drive train. Unlocks. So a lot of the parts, I should say, unlock with like rep level. You gotta get your rep level to unlock certain stuff. The drive tank allows engines to speed as much as time as possible. Blah, blah, blah. The gains from upgrading these parts increase with better engine parts. Oh, we ain't even rep level 6 yet? Wow, I think we just gotta get into more. Like, I've been trying to avoid cop chases. This is a visual representation of how each car will drive. Tune is just right to maximize performance and set the car up for road versus off-road, drift versus race handling. I think I just need more speed at the moment. The number represents each car's performance rating from 100 to 400 plus. Recommend rating for each race is displayed on the map screen. Crankshaft 25. Like the oil cap. At the same time, I don't want to invest too much into this car. I don't really like the car. So I'm like trying to think like what's the cheapskate way I can make this car faster. Customization options are very they do give you a lot of options. One thing I do like though in this game, like stuff just loads quick, especially in the customization menu stuff. Like everything's very snappy. I didn't make this wrap. I like went to the community section and you just check out loads and you could just download them. It isn't. I don't think it's like the Forza stuff where you buy, sell, whatever. I downloaded it. Chat. I cheated. You can save your liveries and paints. Effects is very like you like got NOS color, tire smoke color. Like there's like you got exhaust sound that you can rev up your engine and like how you want it to sound. Which is kind of interesting. Stance is about how high or low you want the car. So we gotta upgrade something. All right, what is the cheapest? The suspension is not gonna. 10 grand is too expensive. ECU 10 grand. Engine cooling. Oh, actually, wait. Can we upgrade our NOS tanks? Actually, might help. might as well go for the pro part. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna go ECU. All right, we're gonna go ECU. They're auto equipped. All right, we went ECU. So hard choice, chat. Our performance number only went up by one. By one. Chat. Now I'm totally gonna win every single race. If you're playing this game at home, I don't know if I should, like, I went with the Beamer because I was like, oh, everybody's gonna get the Nissan. Obviously, you're gonna be able to upgrade it the most. I was like, is the boring choice to get. Now I'm thinking I should have gone with the... I should have gone with the Nissan. I think it was a Sylvia. The Beamer is just too heavy. So for what I've played of this game, like offline, this doesn't feel like the game looks okay. I'm not saying it looks bad, but the way it plays, the way it feels, like from what I've seen is in the game, from looking around at like other content and reviews and all that, I don't think this is like was a big, massive AAA big budget title for them. Like when you see some of the animations of this people speaking, we'll see a cutscene at some point, I'm sure. Like the way the lips move, and I'm just gonna go solo, chat, because it's quicker. I get just kind of a feel like borrows from Most Wanted, Need to Speed Underground games, got some of the Forza stuff and the Crew 2 stuff in there. But it's not like really, other than the day-night cycle stuff, it's not pushing anything new. All right, hold on. Concentration is real. Concentration is real. So that's what leads me to believe I don't think this was a big budget Need for Speed title for them. This feels more like a, all right, this is the, if this sticks, we'll go with this Need for Speed style. Like, I kind of, from what I've played, I think this is the right direction for them to go in. But it seems like they don't know what they want to, EA doesn't know what they want to do with the Need for Speed games. Every couple of years we get like a major shift in direction. Was it last year's game or the game before that? Like they based it off of they tried to do it movie style, right? Which was a total flop. A couple of years, we were saying like 4 or 5 years ago, they tried to go for like a sim route. When they got the Burnout devs to do it, they tried to go super arcadey. I think the underground style was the style that worked best for them, and that's like the style I would like to see them stick with. So like there's good potential here with this game, but the thing is with EA and Need for Speed, they could like totally like scrap this and not build off of this at all. Like that's like the weird thing with it. I would like to see them do like a second or third try with this game to build on it, right? That's what like the Forza games do. They like, the reason Forza Horizon 4 was so good, like there's 4 Horizon games before that they were building off of. If you look at the Crew 2, the reason that world was so massive, they tried a lot of that stuff with the Crew 1. If you look at all the PS2 Need for Speed games, the sequels were great because they used to build off from what they learned before. Even if you look at how the Burnout devs were doing it. I don't understand why they every like 2 years it seems like, oh, it didn't work, it didn't sell enough, we're gonna total reset. But I definitely would like to see them like build off of this, because this game has been out long enough where everybody knows like it's got like 7.5 Metacritic wise. But that's the thing with EA, right? You're like, is that enough for them to justify to say, okay, we're gonna make another one, Need for Speed Heat 2, or they're gonna be like, nah, I didn't get a good enough rating Metacritic wise. Are we gonna totally scrap it and give it to another dev? But from the last couple of years, Need for Speed games, I've lost totally where I was going. I think this has the most potential. Like, if I wanted to see them build off of any of the last few years Need for Speed games, this would be the one I want to see them build off of. It would definitely not be that like movie style one that they did. That's the question though. Will they? Like, I don't know. But to some extent, this definitely feels like this was a trial for them, because nothing feels crazy big budget about this. But maybe like the studio was like to the higher ups at EA, yo, all right, this is what we got. This is what we think that the direction for the next Need for Speed should be. Maybe it was that, okay, if this game does okay, we'll give you the big budget to go crazy for the next one. Like, maybe this was a like test the market style. Trackers, you think that EA looks at anything beyond the sales? Like, that is true, but the thing is, if you know about any of the Need for Speed games, apparently the name alone makes... All right, so let's just do night races because we can build rep. Hold on. Is there any night races for us to do though? There is. If you go to if you press in like L3 on the controller, you can make it flip to night straight away. It is this does this cool effect, and you go straight to night. And then you can... It's got like a quick seamless switch. It's kind of cool. Yeah, so I was saying like the Need for Speed games actually just sell well, from what I know. EA always has crazy expectations of what they want their games to do, but the Need for Speed brand, like, it still resonates with what everybody used to play for the underground games and the Dude Bros from the PS2 era. But they ship out the name to any dev that wants to cover it and make a game for it. I would like to see them like do another one or two in this style and build off of it. Like, but who knows? All right, let's do a couple more races. I should have upgraded my car more offline and grinded out if I would have known. This is why I say it's kind of hard to do first looks with this game. Like, if I would have done the intro sequence as well, we would have actually not be able to look at anything. Like, what I spent my time doing offline was just getting a feel for the game. Like I said, I feel like that's the most important thing with racing games. Do you like the feel of it, you know? I spent a couple hours driving around, not doing racing stuff. It's like, oh, how does the game feel racing wise? Well, the next title is going to be on PS5, chat things, so it's hard to tell. We're def going to be doing something big for PS5. Yeah, it's def so as well. I think if this game would have come out 2 years before in this generation, because chat makes a good point about like we're in that era of next gen consoles are coming out this year now, right? The push to next gen is like a minefield within itself, right? New gen of platforms, everything's just gonna be about looks. So if this came out 2 years ago, this game like deserves a sequel. Does that, because it has potential. Also, driving skills 10 out of 10. All right, I'm not gonna talk. Hold on, chat. We'll finish this conversation after I don't crash into Oh, so there's no rewind mechanic, well, that I've seen anyway. That kind of shows you again, though, that they're going for PS2 style Need for Speed. But yeah, the reason I say the game looks good is going for that very like neon style. Like, it's not like high detailed looking racing game. It's a very stylized looking racing game. But yeah, I totally didn't think of it. Chat makes a good point about the fact that next gen is here. So are they gonna give? For anybody that doesn't know, all big publishers, platform holders, you know how the best way to show off a next gen console is with a racing game, because racing games are I'm terrible. Hold on, I need to restart. Racing games are the easiest way to like show off graphics. So like, we're gonna get a new Forza game on Xbox and a new Gran Turismo game on PlayStation. It's a good way for them to show off. But like third party devs, they need to like get used to their engines and then crank out racing games, right? This doesn't feel like an engine where it'll be easy for them to port to next gen. So who knows if that work has to start from scratch again. This feels like a this gen game, right? Oh god, I went too fast. Oh, I know what's going on. Hold on, it's my handling. So it's very interesting that you can change handling on the fly. Hold on, I need more downforce. I was like, dude, why am I not? We're gonna, I wonder if it will save my... Makes sense, chat. Makes sense. I like that they're doing that on the fly, though. Like, you could change your drifting style. You can turn traction on or off, or like however. That's like a thing. I want to say most arcade racers don't do. So that and the day-night shift. This is like little things that they're bringing to this. Like, we've seen it before, yeah, sure, but like all mixed into this Need for Speed arcade genre style. The thing is, you do it like you bring up the menu with your left D-pad, and then you adjust everything with right stick. It's kind of hard to do on the fly. I think maybe I should have turned traction on. Well, he definitely knew Robbins Racing. One last thing I have to say though is like recommendation wise. Obviously, if you've got an Xbox or a PC, I'm always gonna recommend Forza Horizon 4 because I think it's the best racing game this gen. No competition. All right, but if you've only got a PlayStation, which a lot of people have because it was the better selling console this gen, the only two, like obviously you got the dirt games, you got the Formula 1 games, but those are like a, you got the kart racing games, but those like are like a total different breed of racers, right? So the only real options you have are like the Crew 2 and this. Like if you just want a game to drive around in that looks nicer, I would recommend, oh damn it, hold on, I would recommend the Crew 2. But like for short burst pick up and play fun, I think I would recommend this over that. If you got a racing wheel, you want to drive around in the world, I'd recommend that. But like obviously like Burnout Paradise, like they ported Burnout Paradise and you could play that, right? But that's a very old game now. This is like that Burnout Paradise style. If you're looking for that type of arcadey racer, there really isn't, unless you look at older games, like something current and new, right? Because the thing is with racing games, especially if you want to do the online stuff, after a year or two, like they kind of die online anyway. So if you want something with a kind of active community, like we've seen already, this is like 4 months old and there's still people playing, you really don't have much choice, right? You go Crew 2, you go here, but like short arcadey fun, everything's more compressed, smaller map. If you're looking for those type of things, then this like suits your needs better, right? Oh, okay. Equal speeding. Haha, you can't find me if I'm at the bottom of a river.
Let's see what they got.
Someone want to give me some info on what we're trying to catch?
They're driving a BMW M3.
Having a busy team. We have a chase in progress. Remember.
Yes, I'm still early on in the game, so like if we, like we said earlier on, we looked at the control options. So it looks like I get some kind. I'm assuming they're gonna go most wanted, like, and we get some kind of ability. Because at the moment it's kind of annoying. I literally like have to ram the police cars because I can't outdrive them. That's for sure. Unless I totally make them do a 360, like 180, and turn around.
Crew's got to step up to keep up with us. Tell them to get going.
Called up a few more patrol cars to help.
Oh god. But generally, like, my car is just slow at the moment anyway. Rip me. I have seen that, like, that's one of the complaints of the game online, though. Like, the cops are kind of hard to get rid of.
Maybe if my teammates were doing their job, I wouldn't be getting left behind.
Oh shit, the cops cussing each other out. Maybe if my...
Fast enough to catch him.
Alright, I lied. Remember how I said, like,
Someone lost our target. Get in there and find that car.
cops are hard to get rid, and then I get rid of them. But that's just because my superior skill level of gaming. They're actually, like... I want to go do that race, but I think the cops are... They stay triggered for a while.
Calling off
You have
the
to just.
pursuit. Driver gave us a slip.
He did give us the
Next
slip.
time would be a lot easier if you all actually try.
Wow. Cursing each other out. Her streamer. Like this night we are at 2,400. Next level 6. I think I do like the progression system. But the thing is with car games, racing games, oh no, they were still there? Oh, I think I just triggered them again accidentally. I saw red flashing lights and I got scared.
Guess we're gonna have to take this to the next level. I want everybody back on this driver ASAP. Don't let him get away again.
Oh no. Yeah, like they stay active for too long. It's kind of.
I don't have a clear visual on the vehicle. Check everywhere.
So yeah, like I was saying, I think the reason that this game got like 7s is because racing games are like basically judged on their looks, judged on what you can do in the game, but looks and sound is like very high on the list. I'm like, just from what I've played of this game as well, obviously I don't think this was a crazy big budget Need for Speed game or EA. Oh, hold on. Are they triggered again? I want to see what happens. Can I just not do this event now? Because there's popo everywhere here.
All units, we've located the previous suspect and picked up the pursuit.
Well, now you know. I mean, this is why there's the complaints. So it's not like GTA style where you lose the cops and then they're done.
What a hit! Did someone report that?
What a hit. Can somebody report that? Son of a...
Hey, it's Anna. Watch yourself out there. I hear the cops are ramping it up.
Uh-oh, my heat level's high. I gotta get out of here. Oh, 3 cops have joined the chase. Okay, hold on.
Got a visual on the suspect.
Uh-oh, and there's another cop in front of me as well. Okay, now I'm in trouble.
I ain't saying we'll lose him. Just that we're on the back foot, so send back up. Reinforcements incoming. Let's rumble.
Let's rumble.
Getting left behind is not how I wanted the night to end.
If I'm in the river, they can't find me.
I can't continue pursuit. Pretty sure my brake line's shredded.
Uh-oh, we're dropping frames as well. The cops took down our internet as well. Yeah, cops are hard. I was gonna say, I just got lucky early on. Like when I was playing offline, I thought cops were hard to get rid of. I think they could have done something better with that. Or maybe later on we unlocked abilities where, like strips or something. Like, did they borrow anything from the Most Wanted games? But I know that adds like something to do, but is a racing game. I want to race. The reason that cops are fun to chase and get rid of in GTA is because they're easy to lose as well. So that's something they can definitely work on. Like there is safe house stuff.
Hey, how's it going? The scanner's blowing up here. Someone's on a mission to piss off the cops.
Oh no, now the faster cars are here. Hold on. How?
I'm too far behind. It's up to you guys.
And my damage is pretty hard.
Laying out a stinger to stop the getaway driver.
All right, I've got to find a garage. A garage. All right, there's a garage right there. Hold on. All right, and now I've got to find a safe house. Can I just drive up? They're trying to disable me, chat. Damn it! I think they disabled me. Yeah, they disabled me. I tried. So yeah, I have heard complaints about that, and it does get kind of frustrating and annoying. You kind of have to do it at this level because you want to build your rep up. All right, I'm rank 5. Was it rank 6 to get better parts, right? Wait, how much money did they take off of me? I totally missed the number. Oh my days. Wait, child, what was the number? Oh, can I get a clip, please? How much did they fine me? Oh my god. Look out for... Can I get a clip? I want to know. I just looked at my... I was just pressing X past it.
You enjoying the whole circus?
I expected more cotton candy.
It gave me a type R. It was not worth it. I want a clip. I want to know how much they charged us. Oh, that hurt. Wait, we spent like 13 grand on the ECU, right? That means we had like 20 some... 15 plus grand or something? All right, I'm about to and turn off this game. Wow. The internet was right for what? The cops are a little bit savage in this. I mean, that just shows you don't get grip. If you can't do the crime time, something. How does the rhyme go? Pay the crime, do the time, something. I don't know. I've never created a crime in my life. Chat, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. The early stages of this game are definitely grindy though. Like as you can see, like you have to get to a certain rep level before you can try your other cars and rinse and repeat to get money and upgrade your cars. But you gotta get that rep level first. The only way you get the rep level is drive at night and make cops chase you. But later on, I'm sure it wouldn't affect as much, right? But that early level grind. But that's what you do, and then there's story missions. You do the story missions. That's like the game. I think each car you...
Yo, just checking in. How's the car?
It beats walking.
Look, I know it's not a world beater, but it's something to build on.
It's good. Seriously. Thanks for cutting me a deal.
Well, maintenance is part of the package. You have any engine trouble? Hear any odd noises? I'll take care of it.
Thanks.
Totally lost track of my
You know
fault.
where I'll be. Peace.
Yeah, it's definitely grindy at the early... The thing is though with me, like the way I've been playing like Forza Horizon 4 after I boot it up every couple of months, and even the Crew 2, I do play those games like to drive around and chill. It's kind of weird, but that's what I kind of do. That's not really what you play this game for. Like you play this game like a point-to-point racer, right? Oh, I thought I was gonna trigger them. I'm not sure. I think if you're looking for the upgraded grind in a small map, get your better cars, I would recommend this. If you want like, oh, I want to drive around the world and how nice does the game look, I would say the Crew 2. Again, if you've got an Xbox or a PC, then like you have no choice. You pick Horizon 4, right? All right, concentration zone. I definitely think this is the best that Need for Speed has done in a while, though. Even at like 7's Metacritics is getting, it's still is the best Need for Speed game we've had in a while. I don't know if that's saying something just about Need for Speed in general, or how much respect that EA is showing the name and the franchise, or like maybe they need to start sticking to a dev like they did with Criterion. Criterion was who did the Burnout games. How many Need for Speed games did Criterion do? Like 2 or 3, right? Was it Hot Pursuit or Most Wanted they did? Alright, we got this in the bag, we got this back. Do I want a clip? I want to know how much money the cops robbed off of me. It won't be as bad as that million I lost in Forza Horizon 4, right? That time where I didn't play the game for 6 months because of that. To unlock my garage car that I already had, to unlock it early for like $1 million. I would never forgive you, Horizon 4, for that. Rubbish racing. Oh my days. Roasted. No. Yeah, if they do make another one of this, I want to see them go full art. Like when you're not doing drifts, I want to see like this part of the racing more arcadey as well. Like not Burnout style arcadey, because I feel like that's a bit too arcadey. In the interim, like everything is not a bend and a slide, right? I didn't get to show off any of the cutscenes. I'm sorry, chat. That's my only regret of this video. Yeah, I tried to play this on my second account, and I was like, oh, it's gonna, if we start from scratch, it's literally gonna take us like an hour and a half to get into the game. I was like, how much can we show off in a video? So that's why I chose not to do it and do it this way. Finished 4th. The selfie at the end is triggering every single time. I'm not gonna lie. We got 8 grand for that race. I got a feeling the cops stole like. All right, don't scare me like that, cop. Cops are legit scary in this game because they're so tough. I mean, there you have it. That was, I feel like, a good first look at Need for Speed Heat. Like again, like. There's not, if you fit into certain categories of racing games that are still going to be active and everything, I feel like there's not going to, especially if you got a PlayStation 4, you've only got like this and the Crew 2 and, you know, where Crew 2 is a little bit more based on a realistic handling model and this is way more arcadey. You don't even if this game gets a 7 Metacritic wise, you don't really have that much choice anyway. This came out at the end of the generation, so I hope they get to like iterate on this and make another one, but who knows? Like, who knows? There you have it. That was our first look at Need for Speed Heat. We are playing this on PS4 Pro. Sorry, I accidentally pressed the button. Don't forget, this is a press copy provided by EA. This will be going up on YouTube if you're watching this over on YouTube. Don't forget that like button. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought and what your thoughts on the Need for Speed franchise and where it's going and where this stands. Don't forget to come check us out over on Twitch. Stream there a couple times a week. Twitter and Instagram. We got a Discord as well. All that information will be in the description. We have a couple more racing games that we've checked out on YouTube. So if you would like to take a look at those, I caught a couple of the Formula One games as well. So like the hardcore racers as well. Enjoy your racing content. There should be more of it up there on the channel somewhere.